Alright guys, it's the weekend, so let's go do some game hunting. Alright, first up guys, we have this really cool power-up fanny pack. Thought it was really interesting. Almost wanted to pick that up, but decided not to. Being kind of picky about what I pick up nowadays. Here's the Animal Crossing Nintendo Switch bundle. A couple of DS's, some games. A lot of these are Japanese games, have a lot of kanji in it that I can't read. PSP goes. Those are pretty well sought after in the retro collector world. Some Wii's, a bunch of Wii games, still popular here in Japan, still going strong, and we have a wall of Nintendo Switch games. Always glance over these for any kind of exclusive Japanese titles I might want to pick up. The only thing I really have to be careful about as far as buying these Japanese Nintendo Switch games is just making sure that they have either an English dub or sub. Most of the games do have that option, but you can never be too sure unless you do the research and look it up before you purchase. Here we have the PS Vita collection. They have a ton of PS Vita games here. The PS Vita is still going pretty strong in Japan. Jeez, it's been out for a while now, and it's pretty much almost non-existent in the US as far as what I can tell. We even got PSPs here, PSP walls of PSP games, all kinds of games. Like here we have Gradius Portable. I almost picked this up. I really wanted to, but you know, I'm trying to thin out my collection just a little bit. You know, I've got a lot of crap accumulated over the years. So I'm trying to cut back just slightly and just pick up the stuff that I know that I really want to collect. I've got to save up my money for those big purchases, you know. Here we've got Guilty Gear. There's tons of Guilty Gear fighting games. I can't even keep up with how many different versions of Guilty Gear there is. Like every system has a Guilty Gear on it, I believe. Like 5 different sets. It's crazy. Here we have Metal Slug. I feel like Metal Slug's one of those games too that's been ported over to everything and its mother. It's like on everything now. I mean, it's a great game, it's a great series, but it's everywhere. I feel like it's it's almost over ported, if that makes any sense. It's just everywhere. I guess it's a good thing, but here we have Demon Souls. This game kicks my ass. I can't wait to play the PS5 remastered version of it though. Here's a couple Mega Drive games. I usually pick these up pretty quickly if I don't have it. Especially when it comes in the box, because most Japanese games come with the, you know, all the inserts and everything you need. So anything in a clamshell case, Sega Mega Drive, Genesis, whatever, usually complete over here, and I try to pick it up. This game looked a little confusing. I didn't know what that was. So Phantasy Star 2 is up there. I already have that in the collection. There's Landstalker, Vermilion. And what else we got back here? Shining Force and another Phantasy Star. You'll see off to the right, oh, there's a Sonic the Hedgehog. Pretty decent priced. Off to the right you see a bunch of loose games like Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, yeah, tons of Game Boy loose games. And for basically 80 cents you get little Game Boy cases, little clear cases. Back here we've got PlayStation 2 games. These are more expensive items. Some GameCube, PC Engine games. Always check out the PC Engine games. There's Splatterhouse right there for the PC Engine. I've been looking for that, and I find it quite often, but never for the price that I want to pay. It's always around $60 to $70, and I'm really hoping I can find it like in the case for like $40 or below, you know. But I just haven't been able to find it. There's Gunstar Heroes for the Sega Mega Drive. We got Super Street Fighter 2, 007 on the N64, Dracula. There's all kinds of expensive games in here. Dragon Quest series, It's actually not that expensive. They put a lot of popular games in here. Got some Rockman X. Yeah, definitely want to check out like all the newer games that have like not newer games, but the games that I don't see very often. I kind of zoom in on and try to check out and do do a little research, like what is that game, you know? Never tried that before. Here's some minis, and you got the new oh yeah, the Magic Knight Rayearth Sega Game Gear. I forgot that I had saw that. The Game & Watch, the new Game & Watch for Nintendo. I'm not interested in that. It's $50, and I have enough novelty items in my game room. A not cool looking N64 back here, and some Game Boys. Really cool Xbox 360, made to look like R2-D2 from Star Wars. Neo Geo systems. This is the mini case for the Sega Mega Drive. It like holds the Sega Mega Drive Mini. And here is the mini arcade. I actually have a real one of these. If you've seen my game room tour, you can see it there, the Astro City Arcade. And it's a really cool artwork from Dragon Quest that they posted up. I don't know how they make that stuff. It's amazing how they decorate their stores. So walls and walls of PlayStation 2 games. I forget how many PlayStation 2 games there are that was ever made in Japan anyways, but I'm sure it's a ton, just like in the US. PlayStation 2 is well the most popular console ever. Here's Super Famicom games. Walls and walls of Super Famicom games. A lot of Super Nintendo / Super Famicom games were made in Japan. I mean, that system was super popular. Well, I mean, look, it's walls after walls. It's like 4 aisles of these loose carts. More PlayStation 2 games. A lot of RPGs came out for the PlayStation 2. As soon as I say that, here we go, Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest series obviously is super popular over here. We see the artwork hanging all over the walls. They have tons of merchandise for it. They're still making new merchandise for the series. Some loose Super Famicom systems. This one's the Gold Edition, I guess you could say. More Super Famicom games. I told you they're everywhere. Here you have the adapters, you know, the Super Game Boy is what they call it. You insert that into your Super Famicom, and then you insert a Game Boy cartridge into that, and you can play your Game Boy games straight on your Super Famicom system. These are boxed Super Famicom games. Like I said, they probably have all the inserts they need. Street Fighter right there. Already have that. Here's Pac-Man in Time. I kind of wanted to pick this up, but I think, what is that, like $7 right there? Believe it or not, that's kind of pricey for a box Super Famicom game, to be honest. I usually pay around like $5 and below for the most part, but prices have gone up over the years. You saw they wanted, what, about $20 for that Dragon Quest. Here we have Rockman 7 on the Super Famicom. Great game, and Rushing Beat. Nice side-scrolling beat 'em up. And we have PlayStation 1 games. Oh, look, Clock Tower 2 down there. I remember playing the first Clock Tower. That was a pretty creepy game. Alundra, Ultima, tons of RPG games for the Japanese PlayStation system. Let's see what we've got here. We got the Capcom collection, the third one. Comes with just a few games. What else we got here? Some fighting games down there at the bottom. Over here we have the Famicom, loose Famicom games. There's plenty of these to look at. I'm telling you, if you just look at like one system alone, like a set of games like this, like the Famicom or the Super Famicom, if you went through every single game, because like they're not all just stacked up as the same game here on the wall. There's different games behind them. I used to spend like hours just looking at one system alone. Rock board, Rockman board, whatever you want to call it. It's Rockman 3, Rockman 4. You could spend like all day just looking at one system's loose games in here. It would take you literally all day to go through every single game. And I used to be really, really meticulous about that. Here's a really neat item I was looking at. It's a Sega Mega Drive Tower Mini. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't function at all. It's just, you know, for when you buy the Sega Mega Drive Mini, you can like set it up so that it actually has like the 32X. Yeah, there's a good picture of it. That's how it all stacks up. So you like have like the complete set, even though it really doesn't function at all. It's just for looks. And I was kind of passed on that. I don't even have a Sega Mega Drive Mini right now. I kind of got burnt out on all the minis, to be honest. There's an old school Sega system here. Never had one of these growing up. This is really retro here. Don't know if it works because it doesn't come with any of the cords. And it was kind of expensive, so I was like, you know what? I don't think I want that. It's the Mark III. No cords, very yellow. Don't know if it works. And kind of a hefty price tag for something like that. It's really yellowed. I've seen these boxed in Tokyo before for a lot cheaper, and that comes with the cords in the box, you know. Got a PlayStation 1. We got another mini back there of the Atari Mini. Really cool Neo Geo. I saw controller. I saw one of these not too long ago, actually. I had the whole setup. So PlayStation 2s. They almost have like every color variant here that's exclusive to Japan. It's nice, cool pink. It's just too bad they're region locked. I've got a couple of Japanese PlayStation 2s already, including that blue one. Looks just like that. Some more PlayStation 2 minis. The real minis, I guess you could say. Some Famicoms loose. These all work, by the way. I've never bought a Famicom that didn't work. N64 controllers, around $20 to $25. Sega Saturn and Super Famicom controllers. Some really cool Super Famicom controllers that have like the auto run buttons or auto trigger buttons, whatever you want to call it. The auto smash button. Gotta love the Metal Gear Solid series. And of course, we have the Metal Slug series again, ported over to the PlayStation, of course. Great series, like I said, just ported everywhere like crazy, just like a lot of older classic games, right? Here's a Rock Band collection down here. I believe I have all of these. Rock Band Dash 2 for the PlayStation. X4. There's a bunch of Rock Band games. And they're all totally worth it. I've had a lot of fun with these games. It's one of those games you don't have to know any Japanese or kanji. Wild Arms. Plenty of awesome playable games here for the PlayStation, such as Puzzle Fighter 2. This was on the PlayStation Classic, actually. Me and my daughter played this right much. It's nice. It'd be really nice to pick this up, have a physical version, huh? See, we got Chocobo Dungeon down there, Street Fighter The Collection, and Street Fighter Alpha 02. So many Street Fighters. And here we have my favorite series, Final Fantasy IV. Awesome game. Love the Final Fantasy series. Huge fan of it. We also have Final Fantasy II here. I love the artwork. I love the music. I love the stories. Thanks for watching this quick episode of Game Hunting in Japan. Let me know in the comments down below what you would have picked up in this session and why. And I'll catch you guys next time.